Stop treating what you have done or what you're doing like it's a problem. That's what makes it a problem, because you think it's a problem. You think it's a problem, so the universe is going to give you as many ways as it can to punish you for doing this thing that you have said is bad. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit RoxyTalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it. Oh, I never told you guys why I wasn't here yesterday. Okay, I promise I'd tell you. The reason I wasn't here yesterday. So I was just about to start getting ready to get ready. I was getting ready to get ready, as Esther Hicks said. And we're working on this. It's already actually resolved in our favor as much as it can at this point. But it was I'm going to say this. It's not like, to some people it might seem bad. Other people, it might seem like first world problems are really trivial, but it was very an emotional, literal upheaval in my life. Yesterday, our landlords, without telling us, came over and cut down a 100-year-old palm tree that was completely healthy, had nothing wrong. It drops seed pods, and that was like the issue. We never had a problem with it. We never complained about it. There's never been any landscaping of any sort done to this place since we've lived here in almost 3 years. So it was very shocking for them to just show up and like trim all of our privacy away for one off our trees and then cut down this fucking majestic, like my heart shattered. And then I was like getting ready to get up and I just feel this deafening thud. Like it shook my whole fucking house. And like, part of it is like that tree reminds me of my dog. And it was like, I felt like they killed my fucking dog again. It was just like this emotion, like my heart was ripped out of my body. And part of it is like that palm tree was part of my visual. Like I visualized looking up and seeing these two palm trees because I had a neighbor when I lived at my old apartment who had these two palm trees. And I would just stand in front of his house and look up and just visualize staring at these palm trees and imagine I was looking up from my own house. And I manifested that. And so we had these two palm trees in our backyard and now one of them's gone. And it was just like, honestly, it was like devastating, to be real. Like, I don't care if it sounds first world problems. It's none of your goddamn business if that's what it is. This is what happened in my life. And it hurts so fucking bad. Like my heart is like hurting right now just talking about it. I couldn't be here. I had to leave because they were just back there. And then they fucking, and that's all I'm gonna say. They were back there just chopping it up and it was loud and horrific. And I just had to like fucking go. So Shayla, do I think it's a sign that you are moving? Yes, I do. So that's why it was like I had to have like Leanne literally helped calm me down because like Leanne and I were like in the middle of talking and then it happened and I was like, oh my God, I was like freaking out. Like I couldn't fucking believe it. It just happened without warning. They didn't even tell us. It just was like, we're going to trim some trees and then just boom. Like, I mean, have you ever heard a fucking 100-year-old palm tree drop 20 feet from you? Like it's insane. So I had to leave. I couldn't be here. And I was just like, so just overcome with like grief. It was like again, it just, the day before it happened, I was sitting out and I also work outside a lot of times. So that was like my workstation, my sanctuary. We meditate out there. It's like a lot of things. And my husband has been like cultivating the garden for years. So 2.5 years. So, like I was out there the day before and I was in like I told you, those little jelly, the palm thing, the little seeds pop and they drop on the floor. And every time they drop, it reminds me of my dog because he would eat them. He wasn't supposed to eat them, but he like ate one time and got really sick and like coughed it up. And it just was like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that like, I was just laying there the day before thinking every time that dropped, it reminded me of my little dog, not my big boy, but Anywho, that's what happened. It wasn't like anything like wrong. I just was like, I couldn't even like be home. So there's no way I was going to be able to like do this. So, gosh, man, that it like hurt my heart so bad. I was just like, I feel so bad for that tree. And I know it sounds lame. I'm vegan, whatever, but like, I don't know. That's like 100-year-old being. Like, who the fuck are we to come and remove its life from it? Like, and the animals that the squirrels and like baby possums and stuff that ate those seeds, it's just like, it was just heartbreaking for that to happen. So do I think that Leanne was like, this is literal movement? I'm like, I know, it fucking hurt. It sucked really bad. But she's like, maybe you'll be like less attached to your house now. And I'm like, uh-huh. Because the second that happened, I was like, I'm out of here. Pack my fucking bags. I need to leave. I don't want to fucking come back here again. So that's what happened to me, y'all. So I went out and the tree trunk was down. I sat on it and like talked to it and just like tried to, I don't know, feel its energy and stuff. And it is what it is. But okay, there's a good news, because they wanted to take the second one down, and I said absolutely fucking not. I don't no, not fucking having it. So they're not going to take the second one down. I would have raised fucking all the hell I could. Whatever legally I could. I know I told my landlord, I was like, I know I don't have a dog in this fight. I know this is your house. This is nothing legal, but no, like this is just insane. So we saved one of them, but the female is now gone. So that's really sad. It was a female and a male, and the female is dead. So fucked up. Oh my gosh. It's just such a violation of my space too. You know what I mean? Like I just felt so out of control. And like as a Roxy, I'm very much into having control over my space and my world and my life. And I don't like feeling out of control, or like people can just come in and like literally uproot my life like that, which is what happened. So and the day before, Leanne, I was talking to Leanne, and like there was like a wall of fog covering the whole like beach, and it was like nothing like I've ever seen before. I even sent her videos, like you couldn't even see the pier, which was like right there. And it was, so she's like looking up, what does a wall of fog mean? So she's like, it's about change. The fog is lifted, things are shifting, it's a new beginning. I'm like, that's exactly what's happening. And then the next day, that fucking palm tree, and so we're on day 3 now, and I hope it's all cool from here on out. I would have postponed mindset without you breaking the fucking tree. I'm like, someone just could have told me not to do mindset, so we could have saved that fucking tree's life. You watch the Manifest your SP to come over tonight video. You asked him for a massage. He said no. You called him selfish and went off. And now you're wondering, you went off on him via text. Now you want to know how you can fix it. Okay. All right. First of all, like, this is what I'm hearing in my head. It's like, were you wrong? Like, I'm not saying that the person was selfish. I'm also not saying they weren't. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know you guys' situation. I don't know this backstory. Maybe he said he was selfish. Oh, he called himself selfish. Okay. I don't want to give you a back rub. I'm selfish. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, shit. All right. We love this. This version of him sounds really awesome. Okay. First off, we need to manifest a new version of this person, because this is not up to par. Okay. So relationship dynamics are the dynamics that they are. It's not my place to judge who's right and who's wrong, who's more selfish and not. Like, it's none of my business. If you felt wronged in that moment, then your emotions are valid, and it's fine if you felt that way. So part of moving past this is forgiving yourself for how you responded. Like, I don't see a problem with it. And again, I'm not saying that from like, oh, he shouldn't massage you. My point is, like, if you felt like offended by it, then you fucking were offended. It was offensive, period. If you were offended, it was offensive. There's no other way around it. Intention does not negate the outcome, period. I don't care. So you need to forgive yourself for how you acted. It's completely understandable. You reacted like a lot of people probably might, and that's fine. You reacted how you reacted, period, and that's all that matters. So you have to understand that you're still manifesting him. It doesn't really matter. You reacted how you reacted. It's fine. You're manifesting. So if you think it's a problem, it's a problem. If you think that your reaction was completely fine and justified and he's going to like worship the ground you walk on, then guess what? That's what's going to happen. It's just what you say. Nothing in the world is happening except what you say. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So if you say something else, then that's what's going to happen. And you just need to consistently say the thing you want to happen instead of consistently saying the thing you don't want to happen, you don't want to experience. Nothing in the world is happening except what you say. That's it. Nothing in the world is happening except what you say. So if you think it's a problem that you went off, if you think you went off, like let's break this down. What does it mean to go off? If somebody goes off on you, that implies that they are acting in a, emotional, responsive way that like it's almost implied that it's unwarranted. Like when you hear go off, it sounds kind of like Karen-y, right? Like it sounds excessive. It sounds like too much, right? I think even saying I went off, like just the connotation of that phrase, you mean you expressed your fucking boundaries to somebody who crossed them? That's not a problem, So it's like we need to stop treating what you are doing like a fucking problem. This is for everybody here right now. Stop treating what you have done or what you're doing like it's a problem. That's what makes it a problem, because you think it's a problem. You think it's a problem, so the universe is going to give you as many ways as it can to punish you for doing this thing that you have said is bad. But remember, like that really smart person just said a few minutes ago, nothing in the world is happening except what you say. So if you say, I expressed my boundaries, I was completely justified in it, and guess what? Now this person is worshiping the ground I walk on, and I'm really glad I expressed my boundaries. And I'll be honest with you, I expressed my boundaries today, and that's why there's not a second palm tree getting cut down today, because I was not going to let that happen again. The first time they didn't give me a chance. That was part of the reason why I was so upset. They didn't give me a chance to defend myself or defend that tree. I will always take the chance to stand up for myself. I am not afraid of confrontation. I will come ask my opinion, but not getting that chance, that really upset me yesterday. So I was like, not again. They're not going to leave this situation not knowing how I feel about it. And if they then still choose to do what they do, it's their house. And I understand that, and I'll hate them forever. And that's what it's going to be. But that's not true. I wouldn't hate them forever. I would just wish them well as I vacated the premises. But because I expressed my boundaries, and, yesterday was extremely triggering, I definitely reacted. I definitely overreacted. I reacted with every ounce of my being, because like part of my grief was like struck, right? Like it hasn't even been a year since my dog died. Maybe that doesn't sound like my dog was my child. So, and I just had another huge loss this year. So I've had like a lot of like death and grief. And again, that tree like reminded me of my dog. And it was just like, that a moment of like of loss again. So I, just so just so everyone knows, this is a great example. I knew that I was shaking up my world. I know that. That experience was really horrific. Literally, that's the word I've been using. It was, and I will, it's okay. It's okay to admit that. That's what I don't have to change that word if I don't want to, because I know that even though I reacted, even though it hurt, even though it was an emotional and it was everything that I never wanted to happen, I know that it's evidence of everything working out. And even if it wasn't, who's to say it's not, because nothing in the world is happening except what I say. So I allowed myself to react. I knew my feelings were justified. I got clear on my ideas. I scripted all night about it last night because I couldn't sleep. I was like crying, like trying to go to sleep and stuff. And so I had to script about like it working out in our favor or whatever, like I said, because they wanted to cut down the second tree and stuff. So I scripted it out. We woke up today. We went out in the backyard. I sat with the tree for a little while, and I was like, I'm going to tell them how I feel. And I was like, what's their number? I don't even have, I've never talked to my landlord. My husband always does it. And I mean, they call each other, right? It's like the husbands of the landlords call each other. So there's a wife. I've talked to her a bunch, and we both talked to her a bunch, but I've never talked to the husband before. So I was like, what is his number? I'm calling him right now. And I just called and left a message and told him everything I felt, and it worked. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, my point is, it's okay to be triggered. It's okay to feel wronged. It's okay to react emotionally, as long as you know that ultimately it's working out in your favor. Like, that hurt so bad, but I was like, oh my God, here's evidence. Leanne said, this is you literally, it's your literal ground shaking. Like it's literally being, like my life is being uprooted. Like there was an actual symbol of it. So as much as it hurt and as mad and angry as I was, there was that with, and now I'm getting my own motherfucking house. And with that has come this other idea of, you know what? Buying a house doesn't have to take long. I could own a house tomorrow. Why not? Who says I can't? We have this idea that like owning a house or whatever has to take long and contracts and all this other stuff. And it's like, who says? Why? Because other people said no. I could own my own house tomorrow. So that's another like block, or like not block, barrier that I noticed and I'm working through. It's like, bitch, don't make me go out and get my own house tomorrow, because I will. You know what I mean? I'm in that kind of mode right now. So again, doesn't matter what happens, you control the narrative. That was best case scenario for me and the tree. And I just like, what else can I say about it? Right? Like, okay. So, all right. So I'm just sharing with you guys, like, when stuff happens in real life, like how to, Marty says, me too, had lots of loss. My dog died, my best friend. I was so giddy. He came. I tried to examine my feelings that manifested this. Thanks for this. Okay. Yeah. So you've been feeling lost too. So understand that, like, if you've been feeling loss and grief, like your relationships might reflect like some rocky, everything manifests that's going on in your mind, right? So like if you're in grief, it's normal that your thoughts are not going to be in the best place all the time, right? Like, of course, it's to be expected. So it's also then to be expected that your outer world may reflect some of that, right? That tumultuousness, tumultuality. Tumultuality. That's not a word, is it? I want that to be a word. The tumultuality of your thoughts. Is that a word? That's not a word. Don't like beat yourself up over why it happened. It's more about like his story. Like he has a story of being selfish, obviously. Like his story. Actually, let me ask you a question. Have you felt that he's selfish? Like, I'm guessing that wasn't the first time that you've felt he was selfish, right? Like I just want to know a little bit of a backstory. Like, do you affirm that he's selfish? Not that you would do it on purpose, but like, for him to verbalize it is just interesting. I'm just curious, like from a manifestation perspective. He said after that, he did not block you this time. Good. Who cares? Even if he did, it wouldn't matter because you're still in control and everything is working out for you. The story is still working, but he needs a story rewrite because he needs to not be selfish. He needs to be kind, caring, compassionate, supportive, doting. Like I said, worships the ground you walk on, that kind of stuff, right? Marty says, no, he's a single dad, lost his mom and found her dead. He shut himself down. Oh my God. Fuck, I'm so sorry. Okay. Then maybe it's not a selfish story. Maybe it's the story of his pain. You know what I mean? Like if he's got so much grief and like pain, it might feel to you like he doesn't have room in his life for you. And like that definitely would manifest in like selfishness, right? So okay, can you guys give me backstory when you're telling me this shit? I'm over here assuming someone's an asshole and he's over here dealing with massive grief. So I apologize. Well, at the end of the day, it's still the same. Like if he doesn't have room in his life as the current story that you've chosen for him to fit you into it, then we need to change that story. Like I'm the sunlight in his life, or I'm the guiding light. I'm the brightness. I make him happy. He is better because I'm in his life. I make his days more enjoyable. He's so happy he has me to be there for him. He's so happy he has me to talk to. He shows me how appreciative he is of me in his life. There's nobody he would want more by his side. Things like that. SP walked out this morning. Tomorrow is my 40th. I want him here when I come home from work. Was feeling insecure. This is getting older. Okay. This is your tree being uprooted. This is your earth-shattering moment. SP walked out the day before your birthday. This is your test. Pass the test. Pass the test, okay? 40 is the new 20. Someone said 40 is still young. I agree. I'm going to be 39 in a couple months. I'm right there with you. And like 40 is a renaissance. I've been looking forward to my 40s for a while. I've always known that my 40s were going to be like ultimate freedom, having everything and being able to enjoy it, right? Like that's what I see my 40s as personally. So embrace it, change what 40s means. And let's turn this into like the C word that you mentioned. We're going to go refer to my 4-step healing process and start removing and erasing those. Okay. Anyways, So yeah, it's like everything is like always, it's always younger. It's always younger, younger, younger. We're always feeling younger than the calendar says we are. So like, fuck that. Fuck what the calendar says. Time is an illusion. We know that on Earth. So like, don't let it consume you, because it's just a waste of thoughts. It's a waste of manifesting power. It's a waste of time. You know, it's like you're worrying about time, not having enough time. Worrying, here we go. Worrying about not having enough time is what makes you not have enough time. Like worrying about not having enough time literally squanders your time. It's such an interesting way to use your time, to worry about not having it when you have it right now and you're using it to worry about not. Mally says you only age if you count the years. And like my dad says, he always says he always affirms he ages backwards. So like this is nothing. This is just you. This is your 40th. Like what did my grandma used to say? She always said she said she was 29 with however many years experience. So like when she turned 89, she was like, I'm 29 with 60 years experience. And that woman she wore sequined high heel purple boots on her 91st birthday party. That was my grandma that passed this last year. So that woman was full of life till the very end. Just amazing. And you don't have to subscribe to this idea of what that means for you. So, Tiffany's going to be 40 in December. Yeah, we're all in that same age range. So like this is a fun time for us. This is the new renaissance. You have the world opened up for you. Your SP left because they have 24 hours to make you the best fucking birthday surprise, and they don't want to fuck it up. Celebrate the shit out of your birthday. Enjoy. This is your last day of your 30s. This is the last day of your 30s. This deserves a major celebration. So like send it off with a fucking bang. Thank your 30s for taking you. Thank your life and your body for taking you through 4 decades. That's insane. 4 fucking decades. Like that's incredible. So celebrate it. It's exciting. It's amazing. You deserve it. Your SP they are doing something great for your birthday. And that's where I want your affirmations to be. I want you to be envisioning your sis. I was reading it. I was trying to say your wherever they are, that body part being healthy and 100% where it should be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the opposite of having those, and just really like embracing because of all the good that's coming. And happy birthday. And don't let yourself change the story. This is your moment, okay? This is your moment to pass the test, celebrate the last day of your 30s, visualize yourself being healthy from head to toe in every way, do a body scan, go to my podcast and get the 4-step healing episode. By the way, we're going to turn that into like a download, the 4-step, like we're going to type it, put it on paper, put it on PDF, and then give it to you, have it as a free download. Cause I always mention that video. And so Leanne is so smart and was like, why don't we just give it to people? It's like, why don't we just give them that thing? I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So we're going to put the 4-step healing process into a PDF so you can download it and have it like in front of your face and see it instead of having to listen to it. But in the meantime, the healing, Manifest Physical Healing, that's my podcast episode that has my 4-step healing process that you can use on the C word thing that you're talking about. And happy birthday and have the best day ever. Last day of your 30s. That's super exciting.